The setup comprises two legitimate nodes, UE1, UE2, and one passive adversary named Eve. So their Python console is shown on the top and bottom right hand side. We have again used the Zigbee devices to enable wireless transmission and reception. In this demonstration, we will use the Receive Signal Strength Indicator RSSI functionality of Zigbee devices to estimate the signal strength of a received packet, as we do not have direct access to the physical layer of Zigbee devices. The setup is as follows. First, UE1 will broadcast a dummy packet that will be heard by UE2 and Eve. Upon receiving the packet, they will estimate the RSSI and will record it. In the next slot, UE2 will send a packet to UE1 and UE1 will estimate the RSSI of the dummy packet. Here, Eve is trying to replicate the RSSI observed at UE2. So they will probe for 300 times at a probing rate of 10 probes per second. As this lab setup offers no randomness in the channel between UE1 and UE2, so we pick up UE1 and carry it around the lab to artificially generate the randomness in RSSI at all the nodes. Please note that although we are using a probing rate of 10 probes per second, that doesn't guarantee a key with a higher effective key rate, as the key rate depends totally on the randomness offered by the channel. So even if we choose a very high probing rate such as 1000 probes per second or so, we'll only get a key with very high correlation over the bits. For example, if the channel is a slow fading channel, we will get very large bursts of 1 and zeros, and we cannot use that as a key without processing it. If the channel is static, the key rate is 0. Recorded RSSI in minus dBm is shown on the screen at all the three devices. Now UE2 will share some of its RSSI samples to UE1 so that UE1 can design the quantizer based on the joint PMF. Here we employ a two-level quantizer with error rate upper bounded by 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 2. So UE1 will design the quantizer by selecting an appropriate threshold and guard band. For example, here it comes out to be 33 and a guard band of 2 around 33. Now these parameters will be shared with UE2. Likewise, Eve will also use the shared threshold value to quantize his RSSI value as he is trying to replicate the key. Note that Eve will not use the guard band value designed by UE1 as he doesn't have a say on consensus part. Hence, he has to use every single indices which is finalized by UE1 and UE2. He set his guard bands to 0. So UE1 will now use this quantizer and will share the first set of indices with UE2. Likewise, UE2 will finalize the list based on his samples which are out of the guard band and will share it with UE1. So E will receive these final indices. Key will be formed at all the three nodes as shown. As discussed, the 1 and zeros appear in bursts in this lab setup as there is not sufficient randomness on coarse or RSSI level. The bit error rate between the keys at UE1 and UE2 is 0.014 without LDPC reconciliation, whereas bit error rate between the keys at UE1 and Eve is 0.37. Now the reconciliation phase has started. UE1 will compute the syndrome vector using his key and parity check metrics for 12,9 LDPC codes. So this will be done on a block by block basis. Both the UE2 and Eve will generate the LLR using empirically built PMF and will run LDPC based reconciliation. So bit error rate at UE2 after reconciliation drops to 0, whereas at Eve it has worsened to 0.4. So now UE1 will encrypt the image using AES algorithm and the key is synthesized. UE2 will use the same key to decrypt and will successfully do it, whereas Eve will fail to decode the image as his key is different than used for encryption.